All right, Doug, are you ready to talk about Alien Romulus?
Oh, I think there's something in the water. We need to get out, grab the fishing net. Yes, I am very excited. See the smile? So excited to talk about Alien Romulus.
I'm not gonna lie, over the last couple days, I've been walking around my house and I'll just randomly say, "Oh, there's something in the water." I can't get it out of my head.
I keep hearing that Kendrick Lamar song where he's like, "There's something in the water." I forgot what the name of the song was, but it's a great song. King Kunta. There we go.
All right. So yeah, we were kind of doing a little pre-talking before this recording, and we were like, we kind of don't want to talk about this movie. Let me explain. So,
roll out the xenomorph colored carpet here.
No, look, we have a lot of friends that are going ape shit over this movie. 4 stars, 5 stars, it's a masterpiece. And we're sitting over here like, we don't feel that way. So I hate to be like the curmudgeon and like,
good word,
piss on the parade, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to CGI green splat Nickelodeon all over the internet right now?
Well, we will talk about CGI deepfakes at some point. Because you have to when you talk about this movie. You know what? I guess we can jump off right there. What did you think about that whole aspect of like bringing back Ian Holmes? Ian Holm?
I think it's not plural.
Okay. So he died. It's been a while now, but yeah, they brought him back, deepfaked him.
I thought the whole thing of like, you know, the robotic human beings, I thought that aspect of the movie was kind of very lackluster, honestly. And like we talked about previously, I'm not really a huge fan of the Alien franchise, so I had no connection to it, to his character coming back. But I that was kind of like I felt like it was like a Hail Mary thrown into the dark, and Fede Alvarez was like, let's make, and there's nothing wrong with fan service if it's written properly. I think there's some fan service out there that's literally just for nostalgia. I think this one kind of leans towards that, because I don't think it was written that, you know, I thought it was written pretty poorly.
Yeah, speaking of fan service, like yourself, I'm not the biggest Alien fan, you know, the whole franchise. I like the first 2 movies fine enough for what they are. But after kind of listening to a lot of reviews of this and having people point out the callbacks and everything, this is a very big fan service kind of movie. And I don't know about you, but I am officially over legacy sequel, which basically just means, hey, we're going to reference everything you've already seen 1,000 times. Like, hey, remember this and remember this.
Yeah.
Get away from her. You bitch. Oh, dude. Stop.
Yeah, that was...
my eyes nearly fell out of my fucking skull. They were rolling so hard.
I honestly, at that point, was trying to keep my eyes open because I was so tired. Granted, I saw like a 9:45 screening, but still, if it was engaging, I would have, you know...
Yeah, when you told me that, I was like, oof.
I had shows all weekend. It was the only time I could see it, so I was like, all right, let me just... And I was really going into it, like, very optimistic, very excited. I was like, maybe I'll just, being that we're not huge fans of the Alien franchise, I was like, this movie looks really good. You know, this could be my favorite Alien movie. It looks, you know, this is some like a new take, but also, like you were saying before, I'm tired of movies, let alone legacy sequels, movies being shoehorned in between other movies. Like, this takes place in between. This is basically Alien 2.5. It's like, What? Yeah. We don't need to know every single detail that happened between Alien 1, Alien 2, Alien 3. It's like, I just spit all over. I just hawked to it all over my microphone. You like that, internet? No. Yeah, I just don't see like kind of, and I don't watch Star Wars, but from what I've heard, it's like every single pocket of time is filled. It's like, you don't need to leave some things a mystery. Things don't need to be so fleshed out where it kind of like ruins that magic a little bit.
Yeah. And
the imagination is what, probably a better word to use.
So talking about that specific line, the "stay away from her, you bitch," that got an applause from the crowd I saw it with. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I was just shaking my head. And people were like, yeah, he said the thing. I needed to be reminded this was an alien movie.
But, and that goes back to what I was saying. I'm sorry to loop it back to this, but it makes sense for this, reference point. In Halloween Kills.
I knew this was good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Where you have someone say a line that just comes off the top of their head, they just say it in the moment. It's not a catchphrase or anything, but like Halloween Kills, when Charles Cypher is like, we're all entitled to one good scare. It's like,
oh yeah. Yeah, that was awful.
Why is he saying that again? Again, it's just for the nostalgia factor.
So people can go, oh, that's the thing from the thing. Is that what audiences want these days?
Judging from your theater, everyone was having a fucking cow over it.
Happy Halloween, Michael.
It's like, listen, it makes sense why it's there, but it also doesn't make sense because that's just lazy writing. Because you're going to get that cheap applause break.
Yeah, and the alien was already away from her. So
very true. Timeline says
he can't get further away.
He already dropped the xenomorph like 20 stories down below to the elevator shaft.
He's also pulled over. You can't pull over any further.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
That look like spit to you? Yeah. Fuck it.
If you're watching this and you fucking love this movie, that's great. If you like to be reminded of, hey, remember this thing from Alien and Aliens? All right. I mean, personally, I'm just so over it in any movie. Halloween, Aliens, Ghostbusters, you fucking name it.
But this is, I think, when it comes to like any franchise, this is what directors and writers should be doing originally. Like to tie everything back, not do like a 20 years later because we need more money and we need to revive dead franchises. It doesn't need to be, I feel like it's just a clear cash grab and people want to put their own spin on it rather than making, listen, I would love a new type of Alien franchise where like it's a new story, it's new characters, but it's not Alien. But it's like Alien, but it's not Alien.
Yeah, and look, that's not to say that there's not positives to this movie. I liked it for, I'd say like the first 30 minutes of the movie. I was interested and I appreciated the world that they were building. The scene with the face huggers, I thought that was well done. The face fuckers.
Those blasted face fuckers again.
And even though it was very arcade, shoot 'em up style, I did like the scene where she's blasting all the aliens and the acid's flying everywhere. I mean, this movie had a lot of good moments to it. But yeah, I mean, I think you hated it a lot more than me. I just thought it was like, okay, like kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, very middle of the road. Like, break grandma out of the nursing home and she took the Honda Civic and she's trying to remember how to work a car again.
Right.
It was just, I felt very tiresome. I felt like it was just, standard Alien movie. There was nothing really to reinvent the wheel. I think Kaylee Spaney got the short end of the stick. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think she was kind of in the background of her own movie, and I saw people argue that Ripley wasn't really the main character throughout the entire first Alien movie, and she kind of just like came up through the ranks, and it was like basically her story.
Which one was Kaylee Spaney?
The lead.
You're better with actor names than me. I don't know how you memorize all of them. But.
Sorry, yeah, Tism. Rain. It was like the main person on the ship with Andy, right? Andy, Andy. Synthetic human. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought she was, and I thought the writing was very, very poor. Again, whereas like I think we discussed this at some point, but like these people should be, it's set in the future. They're on another planet. They're scientists, and they're a lot more intelligent than they portrayed themselves in the movie. Like they just sound like a bunch of TikTok teenagers. Like, "Oi, bruv, you motherfucker! Like, get the fuck away from her! You're going in this window." It's like, let's hear some like, and like the space jargon that they were throwing around. It was just like done so hollow. Like it wasn't. It was just like, oh, the hyperlink chain to the spider web, and then we have these supply chain links to the green goo. It's like, all right, you're just throwing around these random words, but like, let's flesh it out a little more. Like it just didn't sound like natural. It seemed like, and this might be taken the wrong way. It seemed like very self-aware that these characters were in an Alien movie and they were like playing dress up almost.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I mean, this is a younger cast. The Alien movies traditionally are older characters, Bill Paxton, Sigourney Weaver. I don't know. I was okay with the cast. I don't care that it's younger kids. It's something in the water. Swell me nine, bruv. Yeah, all right.
You can go down to the pub and get a pint on the alien xenomorph ship.
I thought the guy that played Andy, I mean, he was a great actor. The whole AI swapping out his little floppy disk in his head. All right, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Very 80s. Floppy disk.
Yeah.
You got the CD-ROM, bruv.
And look, the set design is 10 out of 10. No complaints there. I mean, it's all practical sets. Right down to the technology they were using was like straight from 1979 Aliens.
Yeah, the look of that bazooka was really great. Very Duke Nukem style. Very 80s.
I found myself in every scene, whenever there were characters talking, just looking around the background and checking out the detailed sets and everything. That was kind of more interesting than the movie itself.
I'll agree with you there. I mean, everything looked very appealing. Everything had that like foggy, dusty type of look to it. Mm-hmm. It looked like it was shot straight on film, not digitally. I don't know how Fede Alvarez, what style of camera he used or what type of film, but it looked really, really great. It looks like it fits in the Alien franchise. It wasn't overly digital aside from the really, really weird CGI looking goo, the figure it out on Nickelodeon type of green splatter.
Yeah, the alien blood.
Looks like everyone was getting slimed at the Nickelodeon Awards.
And okay, you didn't need this entire scene, but the very end of the movie when little alien baby, and I know that's like based off of Prometheus, but I just felt like that whole tacked on part was not needed.
See, I feel like that was a make or break moment for people. Either you went with it or you were like, this is where we're going with this movie. This is the climax to this.
I mean, I was just ready to go home at that point, and it's like, what have we done? Ah, shit. All
and
right.
I that creature's look, I really liked it. I really thought that was a good amalgamation of like human and xenomorph. Honestly, if the movie was cut down a dramatic amount and things just because it didn't have that like I think it fell victim to like very slow pacing. Alien was, very slowly paced as well, but I feel like the dialogue was a lot more engaging and interesting. But I feel like if the adrenaline was just ramped up a little more and things kind of happened like back to back to back and kept getting like more crazy, I feel like it could have worked better with like the alien hybrid fetus. But I didn't mind it really.
So I was entertained for the most part with like the chest bursting scene was pretty sick. Shout out for practical effects.
Freddy Alvarez killed it with that.
Yeah. Like real animatronic creatures. So yeah, props in that department, but just as a whole, I kind of walked away the same way I do after any Alien movie. I'm just like, yeah.
Right. And another thing that I kind of had an issue with, the aliens didn't propose like too much of a threat. Like they defeated the facehuggers and the xenomorphs very easily, I felt like.
Yeah, if I'm being quite honest, I'm blanking on a lot of this movie. It just it was in one ear and out the other. Like didn't really have an impact on me.
Yeah, just very paint by numbers. Like nothing really outstanding about it.
This was the legacy sequel blueprint.
Which is weird that it's a legacy sequel because like it's a sequel but also a prequel. It's like all of it combined into one. Because you have the Prometheus callbacks, so that makes it a prequel because Prometheus came after it, and then it's a sequel because it's right after Alien and before Aliens. It's like, what was happening in the writer's room? Do you like the Alien vs. Predator movies?
Never saw it.
Wow.
Never saw it.
Okay. I mean,
I've just always heard, ever since it came out, everybody was like, this movie is a piece of shit. So I was like, yeah, I'm not watching it.
But like, it's a fun piece of garbage. Like, I like those movies. I like AVP. I like, I think there's a couple of them that came out. I kind of forget, but I thought those movies were pretty fun.
All I remember is everybody kept comparing it to the 2004 election. Whoever wins, we all lose.
Was that the actual that could have been the tagline for America or the movies?
I'm 14 and this is deep.
Like, ooh, Hot Topic is gonna love putting this on a shirt.
Fuck you.
But yeah, I thought those movies are dumb. Like that's very dumb fun. Like lowbrow, idiotic, blockbuster fun.
Okay, I'll take that over
some ham-fisted nostalgic force fest.
Yeah. And look, like I said earlier, a lot of our friends fucking love this movie. I just don't think it's for me. This franchise, like, God bless you, have fun. Glad you love it, but I will never watch this again. I'm out.
I'm out of here. I honestly like Alien and Aliens and like those movies. Those aren't like really rewatchable movies for me.
Yeah.
Like I've only seen Alien and Aliens like a handful of times. Like definitely either like 3 or 4, or probably under 5.
Yeah, I've only seen them like a couple of times.
Yeah, for some reason those movies just don't connect with my brain.
Yeah, and that's why I said, I was joking with you before this, like, can't we just sit this one out? Like, I feel like I don't have any business talking about this movie because this is a franchise that people hold near and dear to their heart. And here we are just talking shit about your franchise. And I'm like,
And I think we both agree that, like, if you're going to make a new sci-fi movie or something, or even an action movie or a horror movie, Alien and Aliens, what James Cameron did and Ridley Scott is a great blueprint for any type of movie with like the tension building and the structure and the dialogue. But like, it's just, it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't connect.
Yeah,
But not to say, like we've said plenty of times, that they're great movies.
of course.
I don't think this one is up there with the greats.
Yeah, I just
And I could have been converted as, if I was really into this movie, I think if it checked all the boxes for me, I would have went back and watched all the Alien movies and be like, all right, I loved Alien Romulus. Like, this sparked the fire and ignited a new alien blood in my veins.
yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping as well. And hey, I saw it on IMAX, the biggest screen in North Carolina.
You were in that ship.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally floor to ceiling. I was pretty close to the screen, so it was just like in your face, loud as shit. And even with all that,
Monday Night Raw.
I was like, cool. All right.
And were you sitting next to a lot of people? Or were you like kind of hanging back?
No, it was, not a lot of people around me. So I got the full experience.
Because Romulus and Remus, feel like those could be your uncles.
Okay. I don't know where you're going with that. Uncle Remus.
Sounds like people hanging out down south in a North Carolina cabin with a shotgun and some moonshine.
Romulus, put that down.
Remus, my dog got off the leash. See? It could totally work.
Oh, man. Do you think they're going to make some more of these?
It made $41 million. I thought it was going to make more. I thought it was going to make like maybe closer to 70 because that alien hype was like real. But 40 million, not bad. It was number one. I mean, number two, I think Deadpool was hanging on with 21 million. Blake Lively's It Ends With Us or whatever that movie is, 24 million. So Alien definitely outweighed the competition. So it made a good amount of money. I feel like it's going to hang on. So studio probably wants to make a good amount of money with this franchise.
Yeah, and if they do, I'm sure the Alien fans will be stoked, and I'm stoked for you. But once again, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of feel the same way I always have about this franchise. Unfortunately.
Putting some leftover pasta in the microwave, just lukewarm, putting it on for a minute 12.
Yeah. Tired of the fan service. I'm overserved. It's like when you have that waiter that is too like on the spot, like they won't leave you alone and let you eat. It's like, hey, I'm good. Just let me enjoy my meal.
They're watching you from the saloon doors, from the kitchen. They're like, okay, his water's down to 3.5. It's 3.5 quarters full. Gotta go fill it up. It's like, relax.
Can I clear that plate for you? Yeah, dude, I guess. Just, can we...
Listen, don't be so
me.
It's the person. It's the employee at Zoomies in the mall. That's like, we have some new shoes coming out. We have some new Etnies. We have some new Osiris's. Do you want let me shop around for a minute before you circle back?
I'm aware this is Alien. You don't have to tell me.
Alien Osiris. Take it easy.
If only they would just call back to the original, so I could.
It's almost like we were like neuralized, like Men in Black. What's going on with this franchise?
Okay.
But love to everyone that loves it.
Yeah,
this is just we don't speak for anyone else but ourselves.
Yeah, don't hate us. Hey, leave us a like if you you can disagree with us but still like the video. It's okay.
Yeah, keep the discussion going on in the comments.
Yeah, tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah. We would love to be, and a shout out to our boy Mark. It's rated Merc on the gram.
Oh yeah.
He was sending me paragraphs of why he loves the Alien franchise and this movie, and I love his passion. He has so much passion for this movie.
He is,
I wish I could share it. I wish you could share it.
He is very passionate about this franchise, and
I wish I could order like a xenomorph dildo and just sit on it and watch these movies. But hey, these movies aren't for us.
But yeah, it makes me happy to see people like Mark and many other of our friends that are just super fucking excited about this movie. And I've seen it 3 or 4 times. It's like, hey, that's awesome. But we had to talk about it. We had to review it. Unfortunately, we didn't like it very much. So,
and yeah, 2024 for us at least strikes out yet again with just some, a lukewarm movie.
Well, I am going to watch Oddity tonight. I'm very excited about that.
I hear it's one of the best of the year.
Did you ever watch Caveat? I told
No.
you about it.
You did tell me about it.
I know.
I did.
As is tradition.
I'm going to get there. I watched Speak No Evil, and that was amazing.
All right, Doug. Let's wrap this up.
Let's bing, bang, boom out of here, baby.
All right.
Also,
yep.
Sorry, I was going to say, if you're in the Virginia area, September 13th through the 15th, what is the convention called, Phil?
Tidewater Horror Convention.
Tidewater Horror Convention. We will be there. We will be square. We will be hanging out, hosting some panels, hanging out at the table. We'll have some merch. We'll have some random stuff. Come and hang with us.
Amen to that, brother Doug. Yes, come out to Tidewater.
Give us a nice Italian grandmother kiss on the cheek. That's all I got.
Yeah, do all of that. And hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Give this video a thumbs up. And tell us why we're wrong.
Bring on the hate, baby.
Yeah. All right, Doug, let's get out of here.
Let's do it. Love you, Daddy.
Love you too.